Hello everyone, this is Namgi Choden, project co-lead of the Bhutan Climate Futures Lab, and I bring to you today a walkthrough of the application form for our incubation program. We have been mindful to keep our application form very simple. We want to know only certain key aspects of what your climate initiative is, and just as an initial screening of the feasibility of your idea. We also welcome everybody who wants to participate in the incubation program. However, this does not guarantee that everyone will get the funding. In fact, we will have a pitching session where this will be decided. But to walk you through the application form, upon opening it, this page appears in front of you. And on the top, you will learn a little bit about what our project aims to do. And you will also get details of the 4 categories that we think we can broadly sort your project ideas under. So we have dialogue, knowledge creation, storytelling, and eco-innovation. You may take the time to read what could potentially fall under each of these categories. Then insert your project title, and this can be a working title. That's also completely fine. Choose a project category, and again, I wouldn't be too worried. I wouldn't spend a lot of time here because we can always revisit what you want your project to be for. But this is just to get you started, to help you get clarity on how you should angle your pitch and your proposal. Then you go on to project phase. So again, we have laid out 4 stages. This may not necessarily be applicable to every project. For instance, we've had a couple of questions on, what if it's a research project? So where would this fall? I think when you say prototype pilot scale, this applies mostly to physical products and not necessarily knowledge products or initiatives that fall under the dialogue category. But don't worry too much about it. If this is the case for you, just pick one so that you'll be able to move on to the next question, which is the operation location. So where will you be located? That's pretty important. But again, if you want to do something in Mongar or in Tashiangtse, so this is where you will put it. Now, the next 2 questions are important. And again, we've kept it very brief. You have to do it within 250 words for each section. What is the problem and what is your solution? One suggestion here is to use the SMART method. So S stands for specific, M for measurable, then T for the project being time bound. We do want to see you implement your project within 6 months of receiving the funding, but be as specific as possible, as realistic as possible, because ultimately your project has to be something that you can really make happen. How does your solution work? What is the process? We understand that some of you may face some constraints with the word limit in the previous section. So this is one section where you can further elaborate on, the thinking or the assumptions behind how you envision your solution to the issue that you have identified that you're going to address through your initiative. What do you hope to achieve from the project? So here we are really looking at your vision for the project. This can be cerebral, you can get very imaginative here, and you can look at the previous sections as maybe then the explanation of how you will operationalize your vision. And the second last question, describe the technologies used in your solution. Again, this is something that you may fill at your discretion. Again, if you're writing a story, sometimes the only technology you need is maybe a laptop and a computer. But there are some projects that would need more technology support than others. So, for instance, and this is just as an example, if you're going to use drones to track the growth of a certain area that you're trying to reforest. So, this is the kind of technological solutions that you will be using in your initiative. And lastly, this is perhaps the most important part of your application. Please leave the name and the contact details. This includes the mobile numbers and email addresses of your project team members. How many people can you bring to the incubation lab? Well, bring your team, and it's not going to be 40 people. It's perhaps going to be 3 to 5 people. And just make sure that every single person on your team has a meaningful role to play within the initiation or the execution of your project. Leave all their contact details, because unfortunately we have received a couple of applications that completely missed out on this, and there's no way for us to contact you. And with that said, don't forget to hit the submit button. Please let us know if you have any further questions. We are at your disposal through our social media pages, and we look forward to your applications.